A psych ward of spoken poetry. Hard rock was known not to take no shit from nobody, and he had the scars to prove it. Split purple lips, lumped ears, and welts above his yellow eyes, and one long scar that cut across his temple and plowed through a thick canopy of kinky hair. The word was the hard rock wasn't a mean fucker anymore. That the doctors had bored a hole in his head, cut out part of his brain, and shot electricity through the rest. When they brought Hard Rock back, handcuffed and chained, he was turned loose like a freshly gelded stallion, to try his new status. And we all waited and watched like a herd of sheep to see if the word was true. As we waited and wrapped ourselves in the cloak of his exploits, man, the last time it took 8 screws to put him in the hole. Remember when he smacked the captain with his dinner tray? He set the record for time in the hole, 67 straight days. Oh, Hard Rock man, that's one crazy fucker. And then the jewel of a myth that Hard Rock had once bit a screw on the thumb and poisoned him with a syphilitic spit. The testing came to see if Hard Rock was really tame. A hillbilly called him a black son of a bitch and didn't lose his teeth. A screw who knew Hard Rock from before shook him down and barked in his face, and Hard Rock did nothing, just grinned and looked silly, his eyes empty like knotholes in a fence. And even after we discovered that it took Hard Rock exactly 3 minutes to tell you his name, he told ourselves that he had just wised up, was being cool, but we could not fool ourselves long, and we turned away, our eyes on the ground crushed. He had them, our destroyer, doer of things we dreamed of doing, but could not bring ourselves to do. The fears of years, like a biting whip, had cut deeply bloody groves across their backs, rap after rap, by psych ward of infinite spoken poetry, rap, happy moments framed on the walls of a devastated mind, corridors filled with toys and invisible scars, and amidst it all the sun shining so bright that it burns everything it touches, erupting in excruciating pain and splitting reality in fragments. The cries of the innocent are no longer heard as solar blasts become more frequent, terrifying figures from the ashes, leaving their undeniable mark on everything they touch. The sun lost in the eternal spinning around its own axis. Lets out a feeble whimper before the final collapse. Never stops spitting in raps. There it goes inside of my head, deep echoing again, saying to listen to the voices, David, inside of your head. There we are, speaking again. I know you hear them, David. Listen to the voices inside of your head, I said. They put her in charge of an insane asylum, but she was insane herself. So one day, while making head count, she decided to chop off some of the asylum residents' heads so that the head count would be easier. When she did gain some sense of reality, she wheeled the heads away to be buried. Rhymer awary. No. There it goes inside of my head, speaking again. Listen to the voices inside of your head, David. What is wrong with me? I cannot roam free. I was left as an outcast. My days of freedom are in the past. I am locked in this place. Maybe I'm just a classic case. What caused me to be in this place? They say my mind is not right. I'm left beside these walls all night. Where's my mom? Where's my dad? As I'm isolated in this pad, my behaviors are not normal. At least that's what they say. I'm an innocent, but they remind me of my guilt every day. It's the label they shun me with, telling me my reality is a myth. They tell me one day I will be cured. They isolate me, they drug me, they abuse me. I will never be free. Some will stay, some will go. Who we truly are, we will never show. Some go to another hospital, or they go to the streets. Some couldn't make good on their receipts. It's all political, and they are playing games with our lives. We are numbers in a book for their archives. We're just numbers in a book for their archives. Rhyme after rhyme, there we go again inside of my head. What again? I'll never stop spitting and speaking again. Never stop spitting and speaking again. I said, they are echoing inside of my head again. The voices are echoing inside of my head again. Listen to the voices, David. I know you hear me inside of your head. I know you hear me inside of your head, David. I am speaking again. Speaking inside of your head, never ending, I said, David. Listen to me, David. I know you want to listen to me. I'm speaking to thee, never ending for all of eternity. The voices will echo infinity. A vulture flies over the hospital after a meal. We never feel full. We eat it all, but it's never enough. A few weeks in here will make you feel tough, stronger than iron, but weaker than will. Today you are strong, but wait until they change your meds, give you the wrong drug. It'll leave you angry like a violent ass. Wait one more week, wait one more day. Stay here forever, it's better that way. They give you warmth and food to eat. All your meds, a bed to sleep, but you cannot stay. Your time here is done. Look back at the window, the vulture is gone. Well, no, pitchforks torment us all silently. Ghosts end their sheets, and the devils lingering among the halls. It is full of strangers, a strange emptiness of bleached white walls, a strange place. It is not death. Sign one, step one, sign away your right. Step two, take your medicine. Step three, don't tell them you're a witch. Days spent impatient could save me from me. Days spent impatient couldn't save me from me. Years spent in treatment failing to set me free. Dozens of medications just got to be told it's BPD, hundreds of coping mechanisms, yet you still won't believe. I've worn myself out trying to fight for a release. It seems, to crave walls of agony, voices soaked in terror, call after call, message after message, care, love, sympathy, succor, surveillance, support, a tear after tear, hand shaking and grasping, pity soulless, warmth to receive, a levigating guilt, being disintegrated, evanescence from reality, blood clotting and drying, those who are paid to give care, who seem as though sympathy hadn't glazed over their eyes in decades, a room so cold and sterile that not even the warmth of my breath could stop my bones from shivering under my skin. Desolate and abandonment, hums of fluorescent lights, and chorus with sobs of despondency. It isn't what I wanted, but it is what I deserved. Haven't you heard? Recreational insanity, unconditional insanity, and practical commonality. A warm welcome to the family. My feeling, a word is adjective. My mood number is 1 to 10. My goal was net, and now I get to wonder when I'm free again. I guess I'm unimaginative. Crisp white sheets fall into routine. No more sweets. They must wean in the psychiatric ward. 11 days I spent in gray hospital socks, wandering halls bare, and not even clocks. 17 girls all torn and broken inside, open our wrists. A drink, cyanide, a behavior, heath, but we knew was psych. Held wandering souls all pale and ghost-like, sat in a circle we shared and we cried. Times we stole, drank, smoked, and lied. Rhyme after rhyme on the mental ward. There is no Lord, no Savior, only society's leftovers shuffled to and fro, and around we go. Down the hallway, dimly lit, eyes peek open from pores on the pale painted skin, covering each door. Jesus sings a song while listening to stories of the resurrection from other people on their fourth trip back to this world. Walls white as paper, scratched with caveman markings, like lattice cocks hidden under sound from black strings of holes, and their faces opening and closing at the touch of their faces. Blushes of green trees cover concrete like an oasis in the sand. and its end. A large window keeps thick-skinned, scaly trees at bay. Need a chair cushion in pink, pointing back up the hallway from which to sit and ponder these things again and again. All of these issues never started until I turned adult, or that is just when they became more apparent that I can't handle my own. This all seems like my fault. All of these issues never seem to disappear, not the crying, not the fight inside, or the fights outside. I don't know if I'll ever be okay. I just know I'm trying to end every single day. I wish I was back in the sixth floor. All of these issues, they never existed up here. They were gone, and I only had to worry about me. Indeed, no. I spent a week in the behavioral center psych ward, a mental hospital. They said 3 to 5 days. They said they wanted to monitor. I spent a week, simplistic routine, a group and rec therapy. Also, they could see why I was feeling the things I felt, asking questions, getting personal. I spent a week, new medication, new friends, new experiences, new diagnosis, all from the psych ward. By psych ward, spoken poetry, never endingly.